Hello, my name is Don and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to show you all four of BERGARA'S 22 rimfire bolt actions with the steel barrel, so stay tuned. Alright guys, this is three of the four BERGARA bolt action rimfires. This is the BMR-X, the BMR, and the B14R. Now guys, I want to go through all three of these rifles, actually four of these rifles. I actually have a barreled action sitting in an Aero Precision chassis that I just didn't have another tripod to put up here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go through each rifle. I'm going to show you how I have them set up. I'm going to tell you kind of my experience with the rifle, and then we're going to shoot them at 100 yards. So stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, this is the BMR. This is BERGARA'S base model rimfire. This is available in 22 long rifle, 17 HMR, and 22 Win Mag. Now guys, it has an 18-inch thinner profiled barrel, Remington 700 trigger, just a basic polymer stock. It's got a really nice action. I can really appreciate the action on the BMR. It's got really nice magazines. The magazines are quite heavy-duty polymer, and they just work. They're a good size, and they're just a good magazine, and they work. I've actually never really had any problems with cycling on this rifle at all. Now guys, we've got this set up. We've got a Victor grippy cheek rest on here. We've got the Arken EPL4. This is the lightweight 30 millimeter precision scope that Arken offers. This is in a 4-16. We've got the Salmon River Solutions SRS rail on here. This actually has Picatinny, it has Arca, and it also has an attachment for your sling on here. So this is a perfect rail for a hunting rig like this. We've got the short action precision magazine holders on here. That way when I'm out hunting, I always have a couple extra mags right on the rifle, and they hold them so tight I'm not worried about losing them while I'm walking around in the woods either. The way I have it set up with the Arken EPL lightweight 30 millimeter, even with the accessories I have on this thing, this is still a super lightweight rifle. Even with the bipod on there, I mean, it's just a very handy little rifle. Alright guys, so we've got the BMR out here at 100 yards. I'm going to shoot two 10-shot groups and one 5-shot group. Alright, let's shoot a 10-shot group with this and see what it does. I don't know what is crawling all over my legs down here, but it's very distracting. That wasn't half bad. Guys, for this kind of a gun, being it's so lightweight, it is a little difficult to hold on target. Not impossible, but it's a little more difficult. And then the grip angle is a little difficult. So I'm actually very happy with that 10-shot group that it just shot. I like 10-shot groups just because it just seems like it's a better representation of what the rifle can do, and especially at 100 yards. The shot dispersion is a little bit better represented with 10 shots. All right, one more time. These bugs are freaking pissing me off. That was a hot one. Alright, doesn't look like it did horribly bad. Like I said, perfectly acceptable for a rifle of this type. All right, so we ended up with a average of 1118, an SD of 7.5, and an ES of 27.2. Not horrible. All right, let's get the BMRX and see how it compares. All right, guys, this is my newest Bergara that I have in the armory. This is the BMR-X. Now, this is my second one. The first one that I received had some issues with the barrel. I had to send it back in. Bergara took care of it. I had another rifle within, I think it was about 10 days or so, and this one shoots really good. Now, this has the heavy barrel, so it's an 18-inch barrel, match chamber. This is the same barrel that they're using on the B14R. Again, it takes the 700 trigger, and I did trade the trigger out for a Trigger Tech Special, and I have this one set at about a pound. We have the Victor cheek rest on here, and again, I have this set up more like a hunting rig. So we're using the EPL4 4-16 from Arkin. We have a West Hunter level on here. We have Arkin's throw lever, and we're running Arkin rings. Now, guys, this rifle is a vast improvement over the BMR. It is about a pound and a half, depending on which version you get, heavier than the BMR. This rifle fully set up, the way you see it right here, is just shy of 9 pounds. I think it was 8 pounds, 12 ounces, right around there, where the BMR came in about 7.5 pounds. So the heavier barrel, the little bit heavier stock, and the sunshade on here, it does add up. When you start adding, you know, little bits of weight here and there, it adds up a lot. Now, guys, again, I'm using the Salmon River Solutions SRS rail on here. Now, this is the little bit longer SRS rail. It has Picatinny, Arca, and it also has a QD slot for a sling. So instead of the, like, Uncle Mike's sling attachment that the SRS has, this one has a QD slot. Guys, if you're not going to the Salmon River Solutions for your Arca needs, boy, you're making a big mistake. They make some phenomenal rails, and they're priced very well. Now, guys, the big difference between the BMR and the BXR is the stock and the barrel. Like I said, this has the heavier barrel that it shares with the B14. We have a more vertical grip length, a little bit higher comb on this, and it has that like soft touch finish. Now, guys, they do make these with carbon fiber barrels. Now, I don't have any of the carbon fiber barrels to show you. There's a lot of videos out there, and from what I've seen, it seems like the carbon fiber models might shoot a little bit better than the steel samples that I have seen. Now, guys, I have the BMR-X set up exactly the same way as the BMR, and you can really tell the added weight. Now, the bipod I have on this is about the same weight as the other one, and the weight of this rifle is considerably more. I think it weighs about 1.5 pounds more, and you can feel it. Now, guys, it might be a little less comfortable to take out into the woods hunting, but the accuracy difference that you're going to get out of this rifle might make it worth it to you. But I can tell you, it does take a little bit to sit there and hold this rifle on an animal or whatever. If you're trying to wait for it to do something, it could cause a little fatigue. Like I said, this thing comes in right around 9 pounds, and that's a considerably heavy rifle for the squirrel woods. All right, guys, so we're going to use the SK long range in the BMR-X. It looks like the BMR did decent with it, and the numbers were pretty good, so I figure let's use it out of the BMR-X as well. So let's see what this thing does with it. 2 10-shot groups. That looks pretty damn good from here. All right, one more 10-shot group with the BMR-X. Last one was a flyer to the right. Doesn't look like it was wind. All right. Actually, this thing is shooting pretty damn good. All right, so our average was 1119, standard deviation of 7.1, and an ES of 25.6. From what I can see right here, that looks like this thing hammered the SK long range. I'm pretty impressed with this thing. All right, guys, so I'm going to grab the B14R, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, now last but not least, this is the B14R. When you get behind this rifle, there's a big difference. You can kind of, when you get behind the BMR, you know, you can tell that it's a less expensive rifle. And then you get to the BMR-X, you can tell that there's a little bit better quality. And then, guys, when you get behind this rifle, the quality is very apparent as compared to the other two. You know, just the feel of the stock, the weight of the stock, how stiff the action mounts in this stock is pretty impressive. Now, guys, this has an adjustable cheek rest. You can adjust the length of pull with spacers. I have an Anarchy Outdoors cheek pad on here. We're running a Track Toric UHD 4.5 to 30 on this rifle. Again, a 700 trigger. And this one is a Trigger Tech Diamond. Now, guys, I did change out the trigger in all three of these rifles. There's nothing wrong with the triggers, but I'm a bit of a trigger snob, and I love Trigger Tech triggers. Guys, if you're not running a Trigger Tech, you owe it to yourself to at least give them a try. They are phenomenal. I have this thing set at like 10 ounces, I think, and it breaks like glass. I love Trigger Tech triggers. Very, very well-made triggers. Now, guys, this has the heavy barrel 18-inch. It is threaded. All three rifles are threaded for the use of a tuner or a suppressor. The action on this feels much, much better than the other two. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the BMR action. It's your typical 22 action, and this is a 700 style action though, and there's really no comparison. The action on this is so much smoother, and I've got quite a few rounds on this rifle at this point, so I've got it good and broken, so it feels really, really good. Now, guys, let me go over how I acquired these rifles. The BMR was sent to me by BERGARA'S marketing company. Now, I didn't have to pay for it at first, and once I got done with it, they wanted it back. So I did end up buying that rifle at a discounted rate. So keep that in mind while you're watching this video. Now, on the BMR-X, same way I got that from BERGARA'S marketing company. I didn't have to pay for it. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to send that one back or not. I hope not. Hopefully I've earned the ability to keep this rifle. And then this one here I paid for on my own. I've had this for before I even started the channel. So this one was bought as a barreled action to start off with. And then I ended up buying an Aero Precision Solus chassis for it. And we're going to shoot it both ways. We're going to shoot it in this stock, and then we're going to shoot it in the Solus stock, just to see if there's any difference or any advantage to buying the barreled action and then maybe buying the Solus chassis instead of buying it with this stock. Nothing wrong with this stock. I actually quite like it. I love the vertical grip. It's got a good spot for a bag rider. Great rifle, really. It's very solid, very quality feeling rifle. Now, guys, for Arca rail, again, Salmon River Solutions. It almost looks like this rail was made perfectly for this rifle. As you can see, it's cut out around the action screw so that you can get the your Arca clamp as far back as possible. Now, guys, this is an 11-inch rail, and as you can see, it fits this rifle perfectly. Now, guys, this is a perfectly flat stock. The other two are not, and the unique thing about Salmon River Solutions is they put a little radius the length of the rail so that if you have a more rounded hunting stock, you actually get 2 points of contact when you screw that down. And they're a very good rail for a hunting rifle or even your PRS rifles. So I highly recommend Salmon River Solutions products. Very well made, and you really can't beat them. All right, guys, so let's take this one out to 100 and see how this one compares to the other two. And then we'll get this put in the Aero Precision chassis, and we'll see how that shoots at 100. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so I got the B14 out here. Just the feel of this rifle, just getting behind it. Like I said earlier, the quality is a lot more apparent in this rifle. It's a heavier rifle. Of course, we got a better scope on here. It's just a pretty fantastic package. I just hope it shoots as good as the BMR-X did, because that thing was hammering. All right, guys, so we're going to use the SK long range in this rifle as well. All right, here we go. That doesn't look too bad. It looks like we probably got maybe an inch group out of 10 shots. I don't think that's bad at all. All right, let's go into the second 10-shot group. I think we're gonna go up a tenth. All right, so what did we get here? So we had an average of 1119, same across all three rifles, an SD of 6.4 and an ES of 32.2. Not bad for SK long range match. So it looks like the Bergara BMR did the worst. The BMR-X may have done the best, and this one was somewhere in the middle. All right, guys, unfortunately the wind has picked up considerably. It's hot as hell out here right now. This wind marker is not moving that much, but the ones downrange are moving quite considerably. There was hardly any wind when I was shooting earlier, but there's no way that this is gonna shoot as good as it did. The wind just affects the bullet too much at 100 yards. As you can see, we're shooting into the wind as well, so it's really not gonna be, it will affect it left and right, but it's also gonna affect it up and down because we're shooting into the wind. So good groups we're probably not gonna get, unfortunately, but it is what it is. These are the conditions that I have to shoot in at the moment, so we're gonna have to do it. Let's see what it does. So 2 10-shot groups with the SK long range match. All right, it's better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be all over the place. Actually, it was kind of all over the place. What did we get there? So we had 1 high flyer, maybe 2 high flyers, and the rest were probably within an inch. Unfortunate. I wish that wind wouldn't picked up. All right, here we go again. So I was playing the wind there. I could see the heat mirage going left to right, and you could really see it when it was picking up. I mean, it's right in the view of the scope. And when I seen the wind, the mirage pick up, I was aiming a little to the left. Had I not done that, we would have been really horizontal on our groups. I was holding like center left, then probably 2/10 to the left, for about 6 shots, and then I went a little more towards the center, and then that last shot I went a little bit more to the left than I should have. But we ended up with a pretty decent group there, but it wouldn't have been like that had I not played the heat mirage. If you learn how to shoot in that mirage where you can see that wind affecting it, you can still shoot decent groups, but it takes a little bit of knowledge to do it. Not that I'm tooting my own horn, but you seen what the first group was, and I didn't do that at all. So all right, so we had we had an average of 1084, a standard deviation of 5.5, and an extreme spread of 22.4. That's really good for SK long range match. It's actually kind of crazy. All right, guys, well, like I said, it's kind of windy. I know this is not going to perform well without anything on the end of the barrel. I'll try and do the same thing I did with the B14, and we'll try and play the wind a little bit with the heat mirage, but who knows what's going to happen here. All right, hopefully I'm close. First 5 rounds, hopefully I can get on target. Ooh, really high. Wow. Really left as well. All right, so I went down 3/10 and right 3/10. Let's see if we get closer. Wow, way left. There we go. I forgot this was zeroed for the suppressor. There's quite the impact shift with and without a suppressor on this rifle. All right, 2 10-shot groups. Yeah, that wind is screwing us. Yeah, could be worse. Wow. Are you kidding me? Whoa! See what I mean? That, I don't know what happened there. It wasn't me, probably the ammo. Let's look at the shot list. So we ended up with a average of 1114, a standard deviation of 8, and an extreme spread of 32.9. Let's look at that shot list. We had a negative 12.5 deviation average, so most of them were right around 1115. That one was 1102. Why it shot high, I don't know. Probably had something to do between the wind and the different velocity, but yeah, it was hammering pretty good, actually. Pretty impressed with it. The wind seemed to be staying pretty calm down here, but up in the trees, it's really blowing. I can feel it blowing up my back right now. It actually feels pretty good. All right, guys, like I said, you know, this little rifle, I think, does pretty dang good for what it is. You know, with this really swept back grip, this is not designed for target shooting. This is designed for hunting. It's designed to be a lightweight little, you know, woods walker. And I think it shoots pretty good considering what it is. Now, this is a pretty decent lot of SK long range match. It's one of the better ones I've had in a while. It actually did fairly well. I think most of our standard deviations were in the 6s, between 6 and 8. And for SK long range match, that's pretty good. Usually it's in the 10s, sometimes in the 12s on a lot of my rifles. This BMR is your entry point. It doesn't have QD cups. It's got the, less expensive stock. It's got the lighter barrel, but it's made to be a light woods walker, where the BMR-X has a little bit heavier stock. It's got the QD cups front and rear. It's got a more vertical grip. It's designed more for competition shooting. Actually, the X is supposedly, it's advertised as a competition model. And the Bergara B14R is, that's definitely a competition model. It's got a heavy stock, a heavy barrel. That is definitely designed for, your PRS and, guys that are looking to build something like a Voodoo or a Rimfire, but you can do it a lot cheaper. Now, do they shoot as good? No. But honestly, my B14R is one of my more less ammo fussy rifles, and it shoots everything pretty good. Now guys, your results are probably going to be different from mine. You're going to use different ammunition. You have a different rifle. This is a sample size of one of each rifle, and I think they did pretty good for their price point. All right, guys, well, that's pretty much all I got for you today. So if you like what you saw, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you like what I'm doing here, go down there and hit that subscribe button. I can't build this channel without you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.